Let's look at this question. We're going to do question 1. We'll do question 111 up to 115. Right, let's look at the first question. And it's 2 marks. So it means we don't have to do a lot of things here. This is a quadratic equation and it is already factorized. So we have our factors, which is x plus 5 and x minus 2. If we multiply these two factors, we're getting 0. So what does that mean? It means it's either x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0, or both of them are equal to 0. Then when we solve the first equation, we get x is equal to negative 5. We get a mark for that. And then we also get x is equal to 2. We get the second mark for that. So if you check, this one is already factorized. There's no need to expand. If you expand and get the standard form, after factorization, we'll come back to this. You can only do that, you can only expand if, let's say, you had x plus 5 and then x minus 2 maybe is equal to 9, right? That's when you may be required to expand and then after that get your standard form and factorize. But this one is already factorized. We have your two factors that will give you 0 if you multiply them. So it's either this is equal to 0 or that is equal to 0. Done. Let's look at question 112. And then says correct to 2 decimal places, we must solve for x. How does this guide us? So it shows us that we have to use the quadratic formula here. Once you see this correct to 2 decimal places, it means you have to use the formula. Right, the first thing here to do is to write this equation in standard form. So you're going to say 5x squared, and then if you transpose negative 9x to the left hand side, you get positive 9x, and then plus 2 is equal to 0. That's your standard form. You get your first mark for that. So from here, a is equal to 5, b is equal to 9, and c is equal to 2. So let's substitute into our equation. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. All this over 2 times a. Let's substitute. Our b is 9, so it's negative 9 plus or minus the square root of 9 squared, that is b squared minus 4. Our a is 5, then our c is 2, right? All this over 2 times 5, 2 times a is 5. Then you can put this in the calculator. You start by putting plus in your calculator because you cannot put plus or minus once. You have to put plus, get your answer, then go back and put minus. Let's start by putting plus. So if you put plus in the calculator here, put this whole thing as it is into your calculator, you must get negative 0.2596. It goes on like that. Since it says 2 decimal places, so this is x is equal to negative 0.26. Okay, and then you go back and put minus, remove plus and put minus. If you do that, you must get x is equal to negative 1.5403, goes on, and then 2 decimal places should be x is equal to negative 1.54, like that. Okay, right. Question 113 is actually an inequality. The way we solve an inequality is almost the same like the way we solve a quadratic equation. The last part, the solution, is where we're going to have a difference, right? Standard form first. So it becomes 8x squared minus 2x greater than 0. Right, which factorization can we do here? It can be the highest common factor. The highest common factor should be 2x and then 4x minus 1, like that. Okay, so what are the critical values? Let's start by having our critical values. It should be 2x is equal to 0 or 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So the critical values are x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 1 over 4. Right, what is the solution then of this inequality? What is the solution? Greater than 0. Greater than 0 means what? Okay, I prefer the graph one is faster. So these are the critical values. We have 0 here and then 1 over 4 there. Right, we want where the graph is greater than 0, above the x-axis. So it means from 0 going to the left and from 1 over 4 going to the right. So it means our x should be less than 0 or x greater than 1 over 4. That's the solution. Remember, if you have your inequality like this with greater than like this, it's going to be x less than the smaller critical value, let's say the smaller one, or x greater than the larger critical value. Just remember that. Okay, x less than the smaller critical value, and then x larger than the larger critical value. But let's say if it was less than, let's say it was 8x squared minus 2x less than 0, then what are you going to do? Your solution was going to look like what? This one was going to give you an interval. Your x will be between 0 and 1 over 4. X greater than 0 but less than 1 over 4, like that. So if it's less than, just know that your x will be greater than the smaller critical value but less than the larger critical value. Okay, but take note, your graph must be concave upward. When it's concave down, you really need to interpret that. But if it's concave up, your solution for greater than will be like this, and the solution for less than will be like this, always. Okay, so make sure that your graph is always concave up if you want to use this method. Right, let's look at this one. This is an exponential equation, and then I can see repeating items here. I always say that once you see repeating items, think of the K method. I prefer the K method, but some people can do this without the K method. This is the same as 2 times 2x to the power 2, that is 2 to the power 2x, then minus 9 times 2 to the power x plus 4 is equal to 0. So we have 2 to the power x repeating there. Let it be equal to k. So 2 to the power x is equal to k. And then where there's 2 to the power x, we put k, so it becomes 2k squared minus 9k plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, and then here you can factorize or even use the quadratic formula. If factorization is giving you a problem, you can use the quadratic formula. I'll use factorization here because we can factorize this. Let me show you this method. There are many methods that people use. I prefer this one. So you start by multiplying the first and the last term like that. Say 2k squared times 4, you get your positive 8k squared. Then you look for the factors of 8k squared that can give you negative 9. So it means since this is positive 8, it means the factors must be of the same side. And then the middle term is negative. So it means this same sign must be negative. So it can be negative 8k and negative 1k like that, okay? Because negative 8k times negative k will give you 8k squared. Then negative k minus k will give you negative 9k. And then what you do, replace the negative 9k by these two. So it becomes what? 2k squared minus 8k minus k plus 4 is equal to 0. Then you factorize by grouping in pairs. The first pair, the highest common factor is 2k. Factor out 2k, and then becomes k minus 4. And then the last one, last pair, factor out negative 1 so that you have a common bracket. So it becomes k minus 4 there is equal to 0. So we have k minus 4, factor it out since it is a common bracket, and then you have 2k minus 1 is equal to 0. So meaning that k is equal to 4 or k is equal to 1 over 2. But remember, our k is 2 to the power x. So you can say 2 to the power x is equal to 4 or 2 to the power x is equal to 1 over 2. Then this is like 2 to the power x is equal to 2 squared. Then 2 to the power x is equal to 2 to the power negative 1. So it means x is equal to 2 or x is equal to negative 1. Both answers are applicable. You get your 4 marks for the answers. And then we have the standard form here, somewhere there. And then the factors there. You get your 4 marks. Right, this is the third equation. So what must we do? We have to square both sides. But if we square both sides, it's only going to affect this outer square root. So let's square both sides. We square this side and we square this side. So if we square here, we're going to get square root of 1 over x plus 2 is equal to 1 over x. If we square root 1 over square root of x, we get 1 over x. Now what we can do, we can isolate the square root of 1 over x. Let's isolate that. You get a mark for this, for squaring both sides. Isolating this third, it's another mark. 1 over x is equal to 1 over x, and then minus 2. You get a mark for that. And then square both sides now. You square both sides again. So it becomes square root of 1 over x and then squared is equal to 1 over x minus 2 squared. Then what do you get from this one? Get 1 over x is equal to. Right, let's expand this. This is the same as 1 over x minus 2 times 1 over x minus 2. Okay, if you cannot do the shorter method, do this and do your FOIL. Okay, so it's going to be 1 over x times 1 over x, which is 1 over x squared. And then 1 over x times negative 2 is negative 2 over x. Then negative 2 times 1 over x, negative 2 over x. Then negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4. Like that, you can distribute like that. Okay, but if you want to do the shorter method, you just square this and then say 2 times 1 over x times negative 2, you get a negative 4 over x, and then square the last one faster. Okay, so we remain with 1 over x is equal to 1 over x squared minus 4 over x plus 4. Let's say plus 4 over 1. Okay, then the LCD is what? Is x squared. So we multiply by x we multiply by x so that we get x squared. Do the same thing there. Multiply by x, then multiply by x squared, multiply by x squared, like that. Okay, then once the denominators are the same, you can drop them, and then you remain with x is equal to 1 minus 4x plus 4x squared. Okay, and then if you write this in standard form, it's going to be 0 is equal to 4x squared minus 5x then plus 1. Okay, again, you can use the quadratic formula, but if you want, you can factorize. You can say 4x squared times 1, you get your 4x squared. And then you look for the factors of 4x squared that can give us negative 5x. That should be negative 4x and negative x. If you say negative 4x times negative x, you get 4x squared. And then if you say negative 4x minus x, you get negative 5x. So you replace negative 5x with these two. So 0 is equal to 4x squared minus 4x minus x plus 1. So you can factor out what 4x here. You get your x minus 1. Then factor out negative 1. Then get x minus 1 like that. You have a common bracket, factor it out. 0 is equal to x minus 1. And then 4x minus 1, like that. You get that x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 1 over 4, right? And then what do? We can check our answers. Is 1 applicable? Okay, if we put 1 here, becomes square root of 1 over 1, which is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. You see that? And then it's like square root of 3 here. And then if we put 1 here, it's going to be 1 over 1, isn't it? So 3 and 1, they are not equal. So it means this one is not applicable. So 1 over 4 is applicable. Okay, you can check that using your calculator, and then you find that your answer is this.